YouTube, what's going on, man? Hey, everybody, thank you for tuning into my videos, man. I hope you guys are liking the content that I've been making. I want to start posting more practical information, more, information on like doing it instead of telling you guys how to do it. And more of that is going to be coming up soon. If this is your first time tuning in, this is a channel that's pretty much about real estate wholesaling, real estate investing, land investing. Right now I'm doing a mix of both land and houses now, and it's been going pretty well. I've been doing it for the last 5 years, guys, so I've been doing it full time. And honestly, I started in 2020, and I think that 2020 was okay. 2020, 2021, kind of like towards 2021, that's when it really picked up. Those were like the golden years of real estate. Like literally any single deal that I was getting, and I was just selling any single deal. And it's so funny because I was selling deals that most people would struggle selling. I was selling these deals. Most people were struggling selling those deals. And I was doing pretty well. I was doing crazy numbers. Over the last year, I've been seeing a lot more slowdown. All right, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you guys about. Obviously, you guys are gonna see the thumbnail of the video. Guys, a lot of my friends this year have quit real estate. I want to talk to you guys about quitting real estate, man. Because a lot of people that I know, and it's not just my friends, it's also other people that they know, other people that were in real estate. They just left the game. And I think I remember watching a podcast with Brent Daniels. He's the original TTP, right? Brent Daniels. And he had mentioned that there was like in 2021, 2022, there were like 40,000 wholesalers. And now there's only like 15,000 or so. All right. Check my numbers. It's not 1% accurate, but it's around that. I was like, yo, there was 40,000 wholesalers in 2022, like 2021. And so what I'm thinking when I'm hearing this information is like, wow, this is massive opportunity to really get things moving here in my business, because now there's less competition, less competent people who know what they're doing. So the fact that, well, technically, obviously, I have experience, so I'm more competent. So I probably will beat you guys if you guys are in the same market as me. I've been trying to be. I just know my numbers already, and and I got like systems and stuff like placed in. But if you are new, this is literally like your chance to actually get into the space, because there's less competition. So you obviously get more opportunity. And on top of that, even if you aren't experienced in real estate like that, this is also the perfect time to get experience, because there's less competition. So you're going to have more opportunity to make money. Literally, this is the best time to get into real estate. And I've also talked my friends as well as getting back into it, right? Guys, like this has been the hardest year in real estate. I'm not going to lie. Okay? The hardest year in real estate. That's why I had to add houses into the mix, because there wasn't that much more opportunity. Sellers are wanting to sell, but buyers are not buying. Buyers are canceling contracts. There's just a lot of uncertainty going on in the market right now. So that's why I made it hard. But actually, I'm seeing things turn around now. I'm seeing, houses are selling, land is selling. I'm closing on a land deal. I literally closed on a land deal earlier this week. I'm closing on another one towards this month. I'm closing on another one, and I should have a potential house deal in the mix. That'll be a big one. That'll be a real big one. I think I might clear 28 grand. If once everything else gets set to and go. And on the land deal, it's only gonna be like, I think maybe like 3 grand. I'll take those deals, man. That pays for my marketing. That pays for some lifestyle stuff. I'll take those deals all day long. don't think that like, oh, just because it's not a $10,000 deal that okay, you're not gonna make the deal happen, bro. I've sold deals and I made $500. Like I'm like, bro, I'm gonna get the deal done. I want to get the deal done. At that point, it was more about just making sure that the seller got what they wanted, making sure just that the deal closes, right? And it did close, and I made $500. I was good with it. Like it's still a like that sense of a success that you feel once you close the deal, no matter how big or how small it is. So yeah, I do those deals all day long. But yeah, this is the perfect time, especially if you're trying to get into land, bro. Get into land right now. And I'm actually gonna go over some step-by-steps how you can get into land as cheap as possible. This land deal that I closed, it was through this exact process that I'm gonna actually go over once I get into once I actually get back into my office. We're just gonna switch. You know what, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you guys now, because I think that like it's so simple. I can give you the step-by-step instructions on my way to picking my food. So listen up. So the first thing that you're gonna want to do, okay, you're gonna want to pick your market. That's literally the first thing. You're gonna want to pick your market. Where am I going to be doing business in, right? The second thing you want to do, and we're just focusing on land right now. The second thing that you're gonna do is you're going to decide what type of land you're gonna go after. Are you gonna go after infill lots? Are you gonna go after larger parcels? Are you gonna go after acreages? Right? So infill lots are usually like under 1 acre, and then larger parcels it's like 1 acre to like 10 acres, and then bigger parcel is like 10 acres to like 50 plus. Right? So decide on what you're going to be focusing on. I would recommend focusing on anywhere from 1 to 5 acres right now. Those depending on your area too, right? So you have to do some market research, and you have to figure out how many, like what parcels of land are selling in the specific market that you're going into, because that's really going to determine what you should focus in on. Like you want to focus in on the ones that are selling the most so that you can sell more. Once you have that figured out, you have your market, you know what type of land you're gonna go after, you basically get a subscription. I would recommend going with Deal Machine. I have my affiliate link down below if you want to check out Deal Machine. And the reason why I'm plugging them in is because, bro, for the longest time, if I wanted to skip trace a record, I was getting information, let's say from like PropStream or something like that, and I will go and find another place to skip trace my information, because data is the most important thing when it comes to this method of acquiring deals. Data is the most important thing, and sometimes I will pay the price for data, if it's good data. Deal Machine, what I've found is it's good. It's good data. And on top of that, the plan, the initial plan, you can be able to get 10,000 records, and that comes with numbers. I mean, are you kidding me? I used to skip trace individually 10,000 records, and that would cost me like, what is it? It used to be like 6-7 cents a record, so literally cost me like $650. Now I get it for $200. Man, the beginning plan is like $115 or so. Super great deal. So you will get your data. You don't have to use Deal Machine. There's other ways to get data. Batch skip tracing is good as well. PropStream is okay. Just for the data, but not for like the numbers. When I'm talking about like data, sometimes PropStream is iffy. I'm not gonna lie. But if you want data, like good data with good numbers, Deal Machine or batch leads. So you go ahead, and once you have the data, what you basically do is you will get a software to import and text these leads. So you're gonna be texting these leads every single day. You're gonna text about 600 leads every single day. You can use any texting software to text these leads. I use launch control, guys. I've been using launch control over the past 2 years now. Ever since I got into texting, I've been on and off with them, but I've always gone back to them because I've gotten deals from them. So I mean, like, that's literally the reason why I keep using them, because I've gotten deals. I've never had any issues when it comes to getting kicked off or anything like that. Never had any issues with them, never got kicked off or anything like that. So they've been really good for me, guys. I recommend them to everybody that I talk to. Obviously, now that I've been using them for so long, I have an affiliate link with them. If you want to try them out as well, this is like the step-by-step, right? There's other all softwares that are way cheaper, but I don't know how, good it is for like other people. So you can try the softwares. This is more kind of like you're paying a little premium price. But if you want to just follow my instructions, I would definitely just say go with launch control. They're good, and you will get deals from them. Like this deal that I'm closing, that's 28K. I used it by texting. Used like this literally, this was the exact steps that I've actually used to get this lead that I'm closing, and also the land lead that I'm closing this month, and then the house lead. I got them both by this step, and it was like you guys will see. I'll add up all the numbers and at the end, so you guys can see how cheap you can actually get into this business and get a deal. And I'm gonna tell you guys the numbers, right? So you get your texting platform, any real estate SMS texting platform, like I mentioned, use launch control, or there's Smarter Contact. I heard some people use that one. So those are two options that you can go with. Once you have that, you go ahead and you import your list into the platform, and you go ahead and you start texting. Here's one caveat with this one method is you have to have your LLC established, okay? Because they're gonna want to be compliant to the texting laws. So you're gonna want to create your LLC and have like an EIN number for your LLC. And I think some platforms require you to have a website, but not always. But definitely you're gonna need your LLC. So get that while you're at it. You're in business anyways. Now you can be able to text people and get a deal, right? So I would recommend 600 texts to start off with the starter plan, where you can send probably 10,000 records a month, and I would recommend you going that route. So it keeps the cost low. So then what's the overall cost for this? We're talking about the texting platform is roughly for $4.99, I believe, $3.99, $4.99. Let's go with the higher, 500. To get the data, you're now at $115 per month with the data. So together you're at 600, and just roughly around $615. For $615 for 3 months, you can be able to start sending text. It shouldn't even take you more than 45 days for you to get your first deal, because it's so easy. It's so easy, especially when it comes to land. Nobody is talking to these people. Nobody. So you coming in there, you're gonna be swamped with opportunity. You're gonna be like, oh my God, now I don't even know what to do with all of these leads. And then you're gonna call me. Hey, Kenny, let's get on a call, man. I need, I need your help. I'm like, all right, let's get on the call, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm gonna show you a little something, how to do where you gotta be at, you feel me, you know what I mean? And then once you now get a deal in the contract, you can you can go ahead and sell the deal, or I can show you, hey, this is what you need, you'll do XYZ, price it at this price, and then you can sell that deal. So I can help you out a little bit, or you can or you can do it on your own, no pressure, you feel me? I strongly believe that with the information that I'm giving you right now, I 100% believe that you can go ahead and do it on your own. So get to work. The perfect time. You now have the strategy to go about doing it. I think this is still the cheapest way. The other way is going to be cold calling. It's still the cheapest way. Direct mail is still the best. Direct mail still works the greatest. And SMS is for the brokies. No shade. It's for, like, if you want to start in with as little money as possible, do SMS, do cold calling, and yeah. So like I mentioned though, if you do want my help, if you're interested in a one-on-one schedule a call with me. There's a link down below. You can be able to schedule a call with me. Let's see if we're a good fit to work together. No pressure, man. I don't, this is not even my full-time thing. I'm in the business still real time. Like, that's still my full-time thing. And, that takes a lot of like mental energy from me. And it's hard to do both, man. This is why it's like, so the way I would ever tell my somebody else trying to get into anything is focus on one thing, bro, because it is so hard to have two things. Take it like dividing your brain for two different things. It's so hard, man. It's so hard. And I think that's why it was a little bit hard for me to do it when I had my full-time job. That was always taking so much space, but that's important. I still close my deal with my full-time job. So, that's not an it. That's kind of partly the reason, partly an excuse. I hope you guys find this information very, very helpful, man. Comment down below if you have any questions about the steps that I mentioned. If you want me to cover anything about the steps that I mentioned. Like this video if you enjoyed the content, and then subscribe to my channel. Let's get some money together, man. Let's grow together. And I'm giving this information out so that I want a lot of people to succeed around me, man. I want us to be able to go on trips. I want us to be able to, just make money and take care of ourselves. The world, it's hard out there, but I believe you can make it, just like I believed I could make it. I believe in you, and I want you to believe in yourself. Take action. Let's go. Peace.